You have been lied to. So most martial arts marketing gurus, or whatever they're called nowadays, say that the offer is the most important thing of any type of ad that you run through martial arts school, right? When in reality, that isn't actually the case. So, I mean, in today's video, I'm just going to go over why having an offer in your ads is a terrible idea in 2025 and what you should have instead, all right? And if you're wondering who's this guy on screen, well, not on screen, but who this guy's talking to, well, I'm Benjamin Adams, and I run a company that helps martial arts schools get more students. And in the meantime, I'm just here making these free videos so that one day you made enough money from watching these free videos so you can actually pay my company. So, yeah, let's just get into it. Now, to be honest, I did make the video downstairs with my camera on, but I noticed that my microphone wasn't on the whole time, so I'm just recording it upstairs with my microphone on this time, thankfully. So this is my second take, but hopefully we don't make the same mistake. So what I'm going to do is that I'm actually going to share my screen, which I'm already at, and just go and give you a rundown why having an offer is a bad thing nowadays. So what we'll do is 25. So let's get into it. Cool, we're back. So yeah, so there's 3 reasons. So first one reason is cheapskates, low quality. Second is low quality leads, and 3, it becomes a race to the bottom. So let's just talk about the first one, right? So the first reason why having an offer is just terrible, absolutely crap nowadays, is because it attracts a lot of cheapskates, right? So cheapskates is the people, or the type of people that come in for the free trial, right? And that's it. Nothing else happens. They don't sign up after the free trial. They just come in for the free trial because it's a free trial. That's it, right? And these cheap people are just looking for something for free for their kid to do or for them to do, but not actually serious and actually sign it up, or in this case, to martial arts classes, right? So the first reason is because of cheapskates. And a lot of the time, when you're having an offer on your Facebook ad that has the word free in it, or has anything that suggests it is free and there's no need to pay for it, what normally happens is that you do attract a lot of people that are just looking for that free thing, that little thing that their kid can do, but not actually serious in terms of signing up. So either way, they'll book in, they'll show up, but they just won't sign up. So meaning all the follow-ups you did, all the phone calling you did, everything you did just to get the lead in the door, just gone to waste, essentially. So number one, having cheapskate and offer is bad because it attracts cheapskates. Yeah. And number 2, lower quality leads, which actually does tie back into the cheapskates, but more specifically, I'm more talking about people not responding to you, people just not showing up, and people just generally just not being interested or serious about getting their kid to do martial arts, essentially, right? And this again does attract cheapskates, which I already mentioned, but also does attract people just not that serious because they don't have a reason to be serious about it, or to be in a hurry to actually get their kid signed up. Because if you're just offering, let's say, a free trial class or 2 weeks free, there's no urgency there. There's no actual good reason to get their kid to sign up. There isn't it's not like you're promoting. It's not like a real urgency. Like, for example, if there's something wrong with your foot, right, and it's really messing up your foot, and if you're walking and everything, there's a huge urgency there to actually get an appointment, go to the doctors, get it sorted out, right? There's a huge urgency there. And it's a metaphor or example. But in this sense, there's no urgency there because you're just saying, hey, there's a 2-week free trial. That's it. There's no actual real reason to get. There's no real reason for people to actually sign up or sign up or actually get started with you doing martial arts. And thirdly, is because it becomes a race to the bottom, right? And the reason for that is because when you see, so for example, if you're running an offer about free trial class, right, for example, right? Well, what's going to happen is that your competitor down the road who's also running Facebook ads will see that and say, oh, crap, I need to do a one-up on them, right? I need to do one-up. So they're going to have an offer instead of a free trial class. They have a free trial class plus free uniform, right? And then you're going to see that and you'll say, oh, I need to one up as well. And basically it just goes back and forth. Basically, you'll just give it, at the end of the day, you just give a bunch of free things away, cutting into your profit margins, and pretty much it literally just becomes a race to the bottom until like Facebook ads is just not worth it, because your offer is just so good in the sense that it's good for the person who's seen the ad. It's not actually good for you, because you're going to give a lot of free crap away for without you got to give a lot of free stuff away without the guarantee of them actually staying for 6, 8, 10, 12 months, and they're going to pay you for 6 to 10 months, right? Which is the main thing. Fourth point is actually, which comes to the top of my head, is that the fact that everyone has the same offer as literally everyone else, or very, very similar offer than everyone else. For example, 7-day free, right, or 50% off, which I've seen earlier. 1 week for $29. Like, I see all these offers all the time. It's 1 session free, 2 sessions free, 2 weeks free, $29 for 2 weeks, $49 for 4 weeks, and it's just all the same offers, right? And basically, why that's a bad thing is because there's a thing in your brain called, or in your head, called the habitation filter. Right, and I don't know if I mentioned this before in the other videos before. And essentially, what this habitation filter is that it's this filter in your brain that helps your brain block out old information going back into your brain, and you pay attention to old information. So what do I mean by that? So basically, that's, say for example, if there was a screaming kid in the corner of the room. So that's, say, if you're in your bedroom, and in the corner of your bedroom there's like a screaming kid every single morning, right? What's going to happen? You're going to obviously pay attention to it, right? But if that's going to happen, if that screaming kid is just there 3, 4, 5 days doing the same thing, screaming his F off, what's going to happen is that you're just slowly could unconsciously ignore it, right? And this is because of the habitation filter. Maybe not into that scenario, that's a little bit like a wild one, but a similar thing. What's going to happen is that the habitation filter will kick in and your brain would unconsciously ignore that happening, because what happens is that your brain is always going to optimize for efficiency and to save calories and energy. And by you paying attention to information or new information in the sense of old things that you already know about, already been happening, then you are wasting in the brain's. Your brain's going to think you're wasting energy, and you shouldn't be wasting energy on that thing. So going back to the concept, if there's a screaming kid in the corner of your bedroom, your brain, over a decent period of time, 5-10 days, that's consistently happening every single day, your brain's just going to kick in, your habitation filter is going to kick in your brain and say, hey, let's ignore that and pretend that's not happening. But this is a very unconscious thing. No one consciously knows this, or consciously realizes this happened. It's a very, very unconscious thing, meaning it just happens without you being aware, essentially, of it. So, in the same thing, this is why banner blindness is a thing. And banner blindness is basically people just seeing the same ad or similar ads every single day until they get so used to it, that their brain is blocking out. And this is because of the habitation filter, right? For example, if they are seeing the same offer, 2 weeks free trial, for example, that 2 weeks free trial, 2 weeks trial, blah, blah, blah. And if they continue seeing this over and over and over again in your ads or in your competitors' ads, what's going to happen is that they're just going to get blind to it. Same thing why their kid, another context, but if they're screaming kid, the habitation filter is going to block that kid's screaming out, is because your brain got used to it. And in the same way, if you constantly see 2 weeks free trial, your brain's just going to ignore it. And this is why having the same offer as everyone else is really bad, because if your brain get used to it, or the person's brain that actually is scrolling on Facebook and that is actually seeing these ads gets used to it, well, your ads are just literally just useless now. It doesn't work anymore. So that's another thing. I know it was a bit of a long explanation for that one, but that's why having an offer or having these 50% off, 2-week trials, paid trials, and all these offers are just crap, because everyone is using the same offer. doesn't matter what offer, it's everyone is using the same one. It's always the same one. Like 2 weeks for 20 blocks, like it's the same thing as like everyone else's. So yeah, that's the fourth reason actually. Bit of a long one. So yeah. Now you might be thinking, I just had a water break. Well, I've been explaining all the bad reasons and all the reasons why you shouldn't have an offer and what you should, basically why you shouldn't have an offer. But you might be thinking, what should you have instead? Well, instead you should use pain points, right? And if you don't, to give you a little bit more context, if you don't know what a pain point is, it's basically a problem that a person is having either physically or mentally. In this case, it could be more of a mental thing. So for example, a pain point or problem or a pain point that a person might be having and to do with martial arts is their child is having confidence issues, or the child is having self-esteem issues, or the child is getting bullied. Basically, a pain point is a painful thing a person experiences either physically or mentally, experiences in general, right? For example, if their kid is, if their kid, like, if a parent's kid is getting bullied, no, not a parent's kid, if a kid is getting bullied, right, and the parent is finding that, and the parent knows that the kid is getting bullied, what do you think is going to happen, right? The parent obviously loves the kid, cares for the kid, so what do you think is going to happen? They're going to find that situation very, very painful for them to deal with, right? Now, there are certain different pain points that are going to be more painful than others, for example, more depending on the person as well. So, for example, getting worried about bullies is going to be really, really painful for a person that their kid is actually getting bullied at school, getting beaten up and everything. But this is not going to really be painful for a person that their kid isn't getting beaten up at all, right? Because they're not experiencing that. But what if their kid is actually experiencing confidence issues or self-esteem issues instead? Well, that's going to be really a lot more painful for them than the bully one, when talking about the pain point about bullying and getting beaten up and stuff like that, because they're not experiencing the bullying pain point for themselves. The kids is not. They're more experienced about confidence issues and self-esteem issues, right? So essentially, these pain points, what we do is that we advertise these pain points and say, hey, are you facing these problems? And if you are, try martial arts out. So we're just basically saying, hey, if you're facing this problem, this is the solution, which is what we've done here. Hey, you're facing this problem. Hey, you're facing this problem. Try this solution out. That's it, right? And with this, it's pretty simple and it's not competitive, and it doesn't go against the habitation filter because no one else is using it. Like we are literally the only people for our clients. Us and our clients are the only martial arts schools in the whole US that are actually using this pain points. No one else is actually doing this at all, which is a bit insane for me to think about. So this is a bit of a gold mine for like Facebook martial arts ads, if I'm being honest, using pain points, because not only it gets you better quality leads. So if you go back to here, it gets rid of cheapskates. It totally gets rid of cheapskates, because first of all, you're not offering an offer. You still want to have an offer on the back end, like a first free trial session or something, but you wouldn't want to advertise it because it would just, again, track sequence, as I said earlier. But because we're not advertising, we have a free trial session, we are actually getting people that actually want to sign up from the get-go, meaning they're a lot more serious, they're a lot more interested, and they actually have a reason and some urgency to actually get their kid to do martial arts. So as I said earlier, the fact that the reason a lot of these people are just not really responding to you, or just like low quality leads in general, is because they don't have a reason to actually have some urgency. They don't have a reason to actually communicate or get started straight away or get signed up to your classes straight away, because there's no reason, right? And all they just know is that there's a free trial, or there's a 2-week free trial, and that's it. With this, there's an actual reason, because the people that come from it actually have a problem that they want to be able to solve. Every parent, I can guarantee every parent that in this world has one of these problems. Every single parent has one of these problems, especially after the kid that is 5, 10, basically, if they have a kid that's not a teenager yet, or an adolescent yet, not a teenager, but adolescents yet, like 16 plus, I can guarantee any of these parents would have a problem with their kid having one of these problems, getting bullied, confidence, self-esteem, patience, discipline. They are having these problems, right? Every kid, even the people that are coming from your 2-week free trial one, are having these problems. But it's more the case that you want to remind them that they are having these problems, right? Because once they are reminded they are having these problems, or you want to make it known that they are having these problems and bring it up, they have a reason to respond to your texts. They have a reason to call. They have a reason to show a book and everything, to sign up straight away. So, yeah, right. Lower quality leads, I already kind of mentioned because they actually have a reason to actually sign up, show, book, respond, and whatever, right? And again, third one, it doesn't become a race to the bottom, because you can't get better than that. Like, you can't really one up each other in this scenario. There's nothing really to one up each other in, really. So you can't really one up. It's like, for example, let's say hypothetically that if you're running an ad that is to do with pain points, like one of these ads, if you're running an ad like that, then your competition down the road, and your competition around that road, is running a similar ad to do pain points. Well, it's nothing to really do with the actual what's been said. You can't really one up each other. The only way to actually be better than the person down the road is just by having a better image or better video. Yeah, essentially. But you can't really one up each other. It's not like a race to the bottom. You can't one up each other when it comes to pain point, which is like really, really good thing. And the fourth thing, which is really good about it, is that no one else is using it. This is, as I said earlier, like pretty much like a gold mine. Like, you could just literally just enter, and you will be attract loads of leads, but really high quality leads that are very, very low cost. Which is what we're saying. We're saying about, with our clients, on average $10 to $15 cost per lead, and all these leads that we'll get are super high quality, without, like, not even joking, not like trying to exaggerate it, but all the leads that we are facing, we're getting for all our clients are low cost. It's $10, $15, super high quality as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I covered that. Yeah, so having offers, by having an offer, you get cheapskates, low quality leads, and comes a race to the bottom. And the main thing, the fourth thing, everyone else is using it and becomes like your like everyone else. Like, for example, with the AI ads, like, it's the same thing with AI ads. Like, everyone else is using it, and because everyone else is using it, you shouldn't actually really do it. Rule of thumb: if everyone else is doing it, don't do it. And with this, no cheapskates, better, higher quality leads at such a low cost. And I'll go into a different video. I'll talk about it in a different video about the ad copy and the CTA and what we have and the learn more instead of book now, sign up, and everything, and the headline. And I'll go over the other, like, copy stuff in a different video. But yeah, so if you're using on an offer for Facebook ads, or if maybe you tried Facebook ads before but it just didn't work because you did have an offer, well, I can guarantee if you start it back up, or if you change your offer to 2 weeks, from 2 weeks free trial to a pain point based ad instead, I can guarantee you get not only a lot more lower quality and higher, loads more lead. One sec. I can guarantee you'll not only get more leads, but more high quality leads at a very low CPL, lower cost. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for this video. If you have any, if you have a problem in terms of actually getting students that you want to be help solved with, just put it in the comments, because I can guarantee all the problems that you're having in terms of getting students, we already solved them. I can say it with 100% guarantee on that. And yeah, and if you're martial arts owner who does need help with getting students, then just click the link below for transparency. It's a marketing funnel. I'm trying to sell you something essentially. So yeah, click if you want. It's up to you, man. But yeah, in that case, hope you enjoyed this video and actually found some value from it. So yeah, see ya.